Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of the Wake Up Late with Dougie show. I am your host, Dougie Almeida, coming to you from Simpsonville, South Carolina, where I'm blending in every day. Interesting show. Remember our last show? I had Steve Mudflat McGrew here, and it was the widower and divorcee show. My good friend Steve McGrew is in the middle of a divorce, and as many of you already may have known, my wife of 18 years, partner of 30, lost her battle to cancer. And so now I'm out on this big blue globe all by myself. But I got plenty of friends, plenty of fans, and great people backing me up. And matter of fact, we got ladies' night here on the show. We got two comedian friends of mine that are going to give me some advice because, hell, first time in 30 years I'm single. Oh, my God. I'm better equipped to compete in the Olympics and pole vaulting than I am trying to become single again. God damn it. So the ladies are going to help me out to figure out if there's any way possible I may meet somebody at some point, or am I just going to be alone and be one of those guys who say, get the fuck off my grass? Anyway, without further ado, let me introduce our guest today from South Florida, the very, very funny Pauley McPaulerson, and of course, internet sensation Shelly Belly is here, everybody. What's up, ladies?
Hey! Thank you for having me.
You both have been on the show before.
So happy to be here.
Yeah. You're second timers, I think, for both of you. So, ladies, and this is great because I got to learn how to get along with the ladies now. I'm like, I don't know if I could, how long I'm going to be alone. I know I'm a guy who likes to have a woman. I'm not a they, I'm a me, I'm a him. Okay, let's get that straight. I'm a him. I'm a me, I'm a he, I'm a me, he, them. No, I'm a me, he guy. Okay, I'm an old fashioned guy. I like my women. I like my breastises. I love my legs. I love women. I love women. And, but I don't know.
Did you get Shelly, permission? Did you ask?
No, I have. Before my wife died, that's one of the things I was going to ask her, honey, can I get married soon? No, that was not. It was hard enough. It was hard enough just to get her to go on the computer so he could show me the bill pay thing so I can make sure I could pay the bills, God forbid, and all these other, and how to, really? I'm like, I changed the filter. My wife did everything in this house. I had to change the air filters. And I don't know how she did it.
She did that? Oh, my.
Listen, she was the handyman in the house, okay? She would fix shit. I would get mad. I'm like, just pay somebody to fucking do it. She's like, what are you, nuts? Meanwhile, all right. But, so I changed the air filters. Now, we have a 2-step ladder. I'm a little taller than her, but I was still on my tippy toes trying to open the damn thing. So I says, how the fuck did she do this? She's shorter than me.
She had a little ladder. I have a little ladder. Oh.
Yeah, I think this is my buddy calls his dick the little ladder. But nevertheless, But
you never talk about that? I talk about that with my husband all the time. Like, if I leave, who you're allowed to have sex with, or who you would be allowed to marry if I wasn't here. Like, I have like a specific list, that I gave him that he's allowed,
Really?
Yeah. And so, like, you guys never did that? Something like.
No. So you gave your husband a list. If you died, you gave your husband a list of people that you would be okay with him banging or being with.
Yeah, approved. And I already told her, like, she has to leave whoever she's with. Yeah. She's another comedian, Natalie Perlin, very funny lady. I think she's the one I would want. I've selected her already. So.
Well, now it's better to select somebody that you're sure does not carry an STD.
True. Well, I'm not sure.
You don't know these days. I heard that's pretty prevalent these days, or the STD.
Could you imagine? All those years I never had an STD? Now in my 50s, I catch the clap from some fucking like Waffle House waitress.
The gonorrhea. You're going to get the gonorrhea.
Oh, God, the drip.
Is crabs or even a thing anymore? Or is it as popular as bed bugs now? I don't know.
I think crabs went away when pubes did, I think. People started getting rid of their pubes a lot. Yeah.
See, me and Dougie came from the era that we actually had pubic hair. Now it's
yeah, we were the Chia Pet generation.
Trend. I love pubic hair. I prefer it. Yeah, I prefer it on men. Yeah. I prefer it.
If you could braid my stuff, you could put beads in it. You could cornroll it.
Well, see, that's the interesting thing, ladies. That's an interesting thing, ladies, because I stopped man grooming when I couldn't reach everything without assistance. So that's another thing. I'm like,
that's another thing. Well, there's places.
I've got 4 children. I got a fupa from hell. I can't remember the last time I saw my vagina unless I was checking it, for like if I cut myself shaving and I have to get here and check it to see if how bad I cut it. Yeah, that's the only time I've seen my coot.
Don't worry, Dougie. There's places for that, but I don't think we're that far yet. I think we're, still.
Yeah, because that would be embarrassing. That would be embarrassing. I mean, because here's the thing: nothing worse than shaving your balls in your cock area, right? But your legs are hairy, your tummy, like it looks stupid. It looks like, you know what I mean? Yes. It looks like aliens landed on your cock and then just left no hair.
They can do it because it makes your penis look bigger.
Yeah, it's like getting rid of the shrubbery in front of your house. The house looks so much bigger. But that's the thing. That's just one of the things that I'd have to do to prepare myself for dating again. Because I can imagine it'd be like, oh wow, oh, you're really this hair? Like, yes, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's time to get the groomer out. Who knows? But let's say now you mentioned that one of the things I was going to say, and let me ask you, which might as well start that segment. But let me ask you, if something ever happened, if your husband let you have sex with one man, who would that man be? So you already have a person, Pauley, that if your husband died,
I didn't ask him who I'm allowed. No, yet I asked him like, which one of your friends am I allowed to, if you die, and then he obviously didn't want to answer that because he doesn't want me to start getting thoughts now, probably. But
too late.
Yeah. I don't know, not one of his friends. For me, I would definitely only allow one of my friends to leave him, for my husband. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to go before him. I am a smoker, and I like to live hard on the edge. So I'll be gone first. But it's okay, dude. Honestly, I don't know if it's the humidity or life, but I'm kind of, I've lived a lot.
Wow.
I don't know. Is that depressing?
It is very depressing. I needed you to cheer me fuck up from my sorrow, and here you are telling me how life is miserable.
Everything sucks in the summer. But yeah, no. Who I would have sex with if my husband was gone? Comedians or like people?
No, like listen, anybody. Recently widowed men. That are those guys can call for. But I mean, like I'm obviously my wife never. There was no my wife has a very good friend that lives here, that moved here from Vegas and stuff, and she comes by for like wine, and we're going through all this stuff, and I could never, you know what I mean? But
you could never.
You always think like, what would happen if all of a sudden sorrow got in? Next thing you know, gobble gobble, things are going on.
Yeah, and a lot of movies, it's like the husband ends up with like the friend because they both loved her and like they both have that in common. Yeah, I see that. For sure.
Shelly, did you ever have a widower come after you that was married to your friend that said, "Hey, Shelly, my wife's gone and I just need some Shelly belly poofa or foofas"?
I don't think I'm that kind of gal. I've never had anybody approach me just wanting to throw the wiener down the hall,
Yeah.
I never, which look, Dougie, I'm going to be up front with you. Look, can I be honest? Can I really be honest?
Please.
I'm going through menopause and my pussy's dry as hell. Look, I don't give a damn about it. You could smack me upside the head with it. You could do whatever. I do not give two shits about it. My poor husband he has to spit on it because the shit'll start smoking if he pounds it too hard. You hear me?
My God.
So look, I don't give I honestly, look, I would never plan on having just like, oh God, I need to have sex. I'm one of those kind of women. I'm just like, I'd rather probably do dishes.
So having sex with you is like fucking a Berber rug. Then you're saying it's like.
I'm into it. I deserve a Globe, an Academy Award, a Golden Globe, because I'm the best actress in the entire world. I can promise you that.
Yeah, well, that's all we care about.
But you still do it, right? You still give it to him.
But I do it, and I do it, and I do enjoy it when I do it. It's just getting to the point where I want to do it, because I got so much shit going on. in my life and I forget about it, because I'm 55 and I have to write shit on my arm, and I'm just like, that's the last thing I'm right. Have sex with husband. It's like, if it happens, it happens,
I can relate to that. I have a joke that I can walk through a room of naked women just to get to a refrigerator that has a pound of prosciutto. I don't, I've been through, I've had women, I've had 2 women, 3, I've had, I've explored, you know what I mean? Now it's like, that comedy's my bitch. My wife used to say that when I was on the road. She's like, sometimes she would worry, especially when I started losing weight. She was like, oh, you ever have one of those nights where somebody, but like you, it's like you said, Shelly, it's not like after the show, women are sitting there going, hi, here's my key.
Hello.
I mean, the craziest thing I've ever done is sign women's titties. I've done that.
Yeah.
But I don't, it's not like I would never imagine somebody coming up to me and saying, God, you're freaking hot. I just want to nail you. And
Yeah.
look at me. I mean, really.
I think you're fucking hot. I think you're hot.
Well, thank you. But I mean, I'm just listen to my accent. Am I somebody that's approachable that you want to go, I want to lay the hammer down and I look at you and go, all right, let's go do it.
Ladies,
really,
ladies, help me with my sorrow. Why don't you guys scissors on camera? You guys can scissor on camera. Let's just turn this into a whole different show.
At this point, we'd give it a go. We'd give it a go
Come on.
because we love you.
Help the widowed fella.
I don't know if we
give
can do
it an old girl school try.
Very limited scissoring positions. I'm in with you, Shelly. It's a nice way to.
I don't know if I can scissor anymore though. My shit, I got osteoarthritis in my
anymore.
Anymore?
Have you scissored?
Exactly. God damn.
Well,
I just don't want to talk about it.
Girlfriend.
I think she admitted something without knowing.
Listen, the only bisexual I am is whenever my husband says, let's get busy. And I'm like, bye, I got to go do the dishes after, when he wants to have sex with me, bye, I got to go do something.
Bisexual.
Well, it's interesting on the companion thing. Cause I'm that way. Like, I don't know if I, just to go through the aggravation of having to get to know somebody is just not appealing at the moment. It's like, and it's like, oh, what do you like? Like, I went to one of these dating sites, like, for just to see what it would be like. Yeah, well, I'm working on material and stuff too.
Okay, no, I'm not judging.
My incest. Yeah, I'm looking for any cousins of mine that. But I went on and I said, what is this like? The questionnaire, and what would you like to have people know about you? And I'm like, oh, wow, I mean, it's not going to come out well if I try to fill one of these. Yeah, I love, all right, here's some of my things I like. Like, I like traveling, obviously. I love fine dining. I love good wines, right? I'm not a guy who likes to get on a roller coaster and some shit. I'm not a thrill fucking seeker. I'm not a, bungee jumper.
Not a thrill seeker. No matter what you do, do not put your headshot as your dating image. That's like a red flag for ladies, I think.
Oh, shit. I got to change it then.
Yeah,
I got 2 of my headshots.
Put like a regular shot. Yeah, put a regular shot.
Dougie, look, if anything happens to my husband, I'm all yours. Okay, I'm just letting you know because I think you're more my speed.
Yeah, we'll be like the odd couple of comedy.
We'll have something in common. We'll just travel and we'll take in all the money and we'll just do the shows together.
Yeah, exactly. Then we'll just hire somebody to finger us and jerk us off after every show, and then we can go to bed and go back to the next show.
I can do it.
There you go.
We'll hire her to do
it. Yeah, there we go. What a team.
Guys, I'm down. Yeah. I think you're really handsome, and I don't think you're going to have any trouble. I mean, aside from Shelly, I don't think you're going to have any trouble. If I hadn't been married, I mean, I would have macked it to you, Dougie. But
well, we got to get rid of that husband of yours somehow. We got to, because I don't want to play around anymore.
First, we got to get him life insurance.
Yeah, let's go get him a nice big policy, and then have him move into some old condo in South Beach near Sunny Isles.
Can I tell you what I think you have going for you? Here's what I think you've got going for you. You're such a personable person, and you're so likable, and you're cute as can be. and
cute.
you're just such a kind person. And a lot of people go, oh, it's all about the looks, but I don't care what society we come from, as far as generation. Everybody wants a kind person. Everybody wants somebody that treats them well. That's the hardest thing to find these days, is somebody to treat a woman well, I've noticed.
Yeah. There's too
And I
many
think it's also
narcissists out there.
important. I think you mentioned something, I don't know whether it's in the email or something, or I don't know. But where I know you're not looking for like teen, like 24-year-old girl. And that's huge. Like my neighbors that are single and they're like, 50, they're looking for 22-year-old girls. And it's just that's just a disaster waiting to happen. So you're already on the right track, just being like, all right, it's cool to get with a 40-something, 50-something, like that's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, those guys,
and I think that's a huge step already.
Those guys never had the South Beach weekends I had with the harems and kind of things. Yeah, you're right. I don't need the only reason I need a 25-year-old woman for is to clean my house. I don't, I have no interest in a woman that age entertaining me. You know what I mean? So, but let me say, so what are some of the women I should stay away from? That's one of the questions I wanted to ask you guys. Any type of women, particularly.
I know.
Who's that?
Undocumented.
Stay away from the crazy bitches on their cell phones, on speaker.
And ladies, undocumented, just got here.
Yeah,
just got
here.
That. Yeah. You know what
I cannot stand. I can't stand one of those crazy bitches that walk around the airport or around anywhere on their cell phone, because that on speaker, because they want everybody to know their business. So if you're not good in bed, everybody in every airport, everywhere they travel, they're going to know about you, and they want attention. So that's bad.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker.
But for Dougie, you're definitely, no one possessive, because you're on the road all the time and all that. So definitely look out for signs of that. But I don't know. What about a comedian?
I would.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
I might date a fellow comedian.
Yeah, I don't know why a lot of comedians say I would never date a comedian, but like, why not? I mean, we're the best people.
I would date Matt Rife.
You already.
Amongst other
things. Okay.
He likes cougars. He likes cougars. He don't like young girls.
You're not a cougar yet. Funny fiduciary. I'm reading to see what it says on the bottom. I had never read that. Definitely avoid. Okay, what did I say? Illegal aliens.
Yeah, illegals, undocumented. I have one. I'll tell you. I'll tell you a deal breaker I have is a woman that has one of those loops in her nose. Those earrings in the nose.
Look like a ball. Yeah.
Yeah. They look like a farm animal. That's a deal breaker for me. That's just one of those things. Tattoo on the tits. Tattoo on the tits. Don't like that.
That's crazy. Every woman is tattooed now. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker. Yeah. Okay. So I'll stay away from the crazy bitches on the cell phones.
I know somebody in Florida that's single that you probably know.
Yeah.
That she's available, and I bet she would love you.
Uh-oh.
Comedian?
And she's your age, and she is gorgeous.
Comedian?
I know who you're talking about. Oh. She's blonde. She's a blonde woman.
Yep.
I know who you're talking about.
All right, you should wait the holding period, like the 3 months, just so people aren't like, oh, well, Dougie, and then ask her out.
Matter of fact, I've recently took a photo with her at a gig I did in Florida. Right? If you remember that photo.
Did you post it?
Yep.
It goes back to April, her? I think, something like that. She's a pretty girl, very funny, very nice. She posts on Facebook about her dating and the young guys she meets and stuff like that. So I mean.
But I think also things that you should stay away from is I'm not going to say stay away from, but do you like kids? Because at your age it's going to be hard to find a woman with no kids.
Yeah, I think at my age, I shouldn't be. I have to find a woman that has 10-year-olds and 8-year-olds. I think I could find a woman that
Yeah.
has 20-year-olds and stuff. I don't want
Yeah.
to raise
Great
like
point.
I when I met my wife, she had a daughter, which was great and stuff. But if I met anybody I met now, I don't want to. I don't. First of all, here's ones I already know. I'm not going to date a cat woman, a woman that has all these fucking cats at the house. Number one, because
Mm.
I would hate to have to go over there and deal with fucking cats and the fur and all that shit, right? I don't think I would want
I'm
to
not a
date a
cat
woman that
person
has
either.
like a child that's a minor. I mean, I might go on a date and stuff, but I would have no interest of, you
In
know,
raising a child. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's one thing. This is the first time in my life there's no one other than myself I really have to worry about. Like when I was in my 20s, I had
Yeah.
to take care of my parents. And then I met my wife, and then she dealt with me because I had to take care of my parents while we met. So she waited 12 years for the marriage because she knew. So ever since I'm 24 years old, 23 years old, I've always had someone else on
Wow.
my, you know what I mean? So now it's like,
Yeah.
well, fuck, I can get up tomorrow and do whatever the fuck I want to do. Like, and that's the weird thing. That's the transition part. Like every morning I'm like, oh, I do things because I would normally do things for other people. Like, I mean, I do
Yeah.
comedy and shit for me, but for the most of the day, my routine was based on, being the man, taking care of shit. But now I'm just the
Except
man.
you were but you didn't know the passwords and you didn't know how to change a light bulb, right? Those are the things she
Yeah,
did.
I mean that's it. But thank God, I have 20,000 shares of Amazon. I can hire somebody to do whatever the fuck I want. It's like, my
You
wife
have
would be turning.
what?
Yeah, I have 20,000 shares of Amazon. So it's just is one of my top 5 holdings. But I don't. But it's like I don't like the my lawn guy. My wife hated that we had a lawn guy. Like but I'm gonna have somebody lay the mulch. We got to lay mulch. It's gonna be like $1,000. People are like, oh, I'll do it. I'm not gonna fucking go out there and lay mulch. I'd rather spend that few hours writing or doing some other shit. You know what I mean? $1,000.
Yeah.
Fuck it, do
Just
it.
get you some rocks, some river rocks, and put there
Yeah.
instead of mulch. It never goes bad.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think I'm going to spend some money on the
Tips.
house here. It's one of the things I'm definitely going to do. I'm going to fix the backyard up, put a fire pit area to sit around, and I'm going to spend some money
That's
on the
awesome. You
house.
can make it your man cave. Is there anything you were not allowed to do that she didn't like you to do while she was around?
No, I mean, I couldn't smoke. I've been smoking weed in my house ever since. That never happened. And like her friend
She's
came
watching.
by. Yeah, no, she knows your pictures in the. But it's like funny because her friend who comes by is like, oh, I guess smoking in the house is okay now. I'm like, yep, that's the new rule in this house. You can smoke in here if you want. No cigarettes, but you can smoke weed in the
Nice.
house. Yeah, that's
Nice.
different, right? And then
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm not cooking. The cooking's the worst thing. My wife, I used to cook when I cooked in Italian restaurants in high school and shit. I used to cook. I taught my wife how to cook all these Italian dishes: chicken francese, lasagna, parmesan, penny olive vodka, all kinds of things. And she made it better than me. I haven't cooked. I haven't fucking cooked. So it's like now I have to find one of those like those meal things when they deliver to your house. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like these fucking Factor, these different companies. I got to just buy a bunch of boxes and because I don't.
Or you can learn how to cook.
Yeah, but that means prep. Like, oh, I got to defrost the chicken. I got to get up. I got to turn the stove on.
Oh,
and cooking for one person is so hard. It's like when I had kids.
That's true.
I cook for 6 people every day. Now that my kids are grown, it's like it's just me and my husband. We're like, get your ass up and get dressed. We're going to Golden Corral and eat.
Yeah, it's different cooking for yourself. You're like it's just right. I mean, I got chicken cutlets. I know I can just spice them up, throw some ingredients on it, little soy, some little stuff, and then just cook it up. Make a bunch of them. So every day I just have one cutlet I can eat at night. Just heat it up. Maybe some frozen broccoli. Just heat it up and just make a little meal out of it. But
how many bedrooms do you have in your house?
I'll come to your house.
I got 3 bedrooms.
3 bedrooms. So that's a pretty big house for you, so it feels even like bigger now, right?
Yeah, that's a big thing. It's like they're
Ooh,
upstairs.
maybe get like a wingman to move in, like another widow guy, like to hang. What about?
Yeah, I was either thinking that or find somebody maybe at Furman University, a young lady at Furman University, like offer her like, listen, I have a room here. You just have to pay like, let's say $250 a month, but I'll pay you to like make breakfast or dinner, and do that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like you can live here, you just have to pay $250, but I need you to do some cooking and some other shit around the house if that's cool. Find
That's pretty
sexy,
smart.
but and then maybe who knows? I can get CE, continued education. I don't know what that means. All right.
I don't know it.
Where do you think are some of the best places a man can meet a successful middle-aged woman? Shelly?
Oh God.
Successful.
Let's see. I would honestly just say, there's a lot of people that come to our shows that are very smart people,
Yeah.
And especially in our age group audience that comes, there's a lot of like really intelligent people. Not that I'm telling you, hey, pick up fans, but I know that's bad. But sometimes the people that you least expect to be in your life are those people. But I would say, as long as it's not in Walmart, I think you're good. Walmart.
I love.
If you're gonna hook up, go to Target. Those are some highfalutin bitches in Target.
I think grocery shopping's pretty good. I always told my friends that at my younger years, I always told my friends, if you want to meet a woman, just take an acting class. Plenty of women in acting classes. You could do.
That's what I was going to say. My
mother always told me to go to church.
Yeah, I'm going to actually start going to church. Yeah, and that's the next thing you know, I have a woman telling me stop masturbating. That would be a deal breaker right there. Like, get the fuck out of this house. I'm going to masturbate whether you like it or not.
I mean, you'll find a woman there that's obviously she's looking for something. Maybe you can replace that something. I mean, hell, you'd save her a lot of money on double D batteries.
I think so.
I like the apps. I'm a fan of the apps, even though I was always just like, it's just such a quick way to be like, all right, they don't like this, they like that, they don't like this, or this, no surprises, cool. I'm efficient. I know exactly what the fuck I'm gonna meet, what they're doing, what they're not gonna do. You know what I mean? And like, I don't have to field a bunch of shit. And I think it's easy. I think the apps are awesome and they're easy. And there's apps that are paid that are for people that are looking for someone a little more, more serious, not so much like just to fuck.
Because I mean, I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of that. To be honest with you, a
little bit of.
I haven't screwed since November. My wife, with her condition, God bless her, she didn't feel like. So it's been a long time, and I forgot how to do it. I got to read a book. Maybe I should go to. Maybe I should go to a middle school somewhere outside of Florida to learn how to fuck. There's books. I think most middle schools are teaching you how to fuck outside Florida.
Oh yeah.
They have all those books. I might need
right.
And it's been a while, huh?
Yeah, it's been a while. My right forearm's looking like Popeye. Let me ask you this question: what are deal breakers to you? I mentioned the nose ring is a deal breaker. If you were to be single, is there deal breakers in men, Pauley, that you would say, oh, there's no.
Oh my God, so many deal breakers. Oh my God. Okay. Dudes that have like pictures of their car on their social media. I hate that. Guys that talk about what they own. I own 20,000 shares of Amazon. Not that.
What an asshole.
No, that's actually cool. That's actually like really awesome. No, but you know what I mean? Like their brands and their stuff like that. People wearing like big logos and shit like that. Pretentious style. Yuck. I would do fat, bald, short. That I don't care. It's all about like just chemistry and like the smell of their skin and like the energy. So I don't care about looks that much. It's really all science for me. It really is pheromone. So no, deal breakers are more just about stuff and personality, and obviously if they're stupid,
if
that's
they're
like
not
dumb,
fun.
or if they're or like specific comics that they like that I'm like, oh god, or specific shows that they like that I'm like, oh okay, I know who you are. Yeah, I'm kind of mean. I'm not a nice person.
Yeah. Meet a woman that says, I watch The Bachelor all the time. Like, okay.
There you go. Over. You're like, no. Okay, so that's cool. Yeah. For me, it's like Schitt's Creek. I'm like, oh, God. Okay, so you're obviously not as intelligent as I am. I don't know.
Well, I want to go back to what Shelly said, because of people like meeting people at the shows, because now I'm transitioning some of my bits from my wife bit to my, like, bringing up that I'm widowed. You know what I mean? And like,
You
oh, this
are.
was my wife. You know, this was my wife. You know, my
Mm.
wife was great, but sometimes it was tough because I could do the jokes I've been doing, right? So it was funny
Right.
when I opened for Steve Trevino at the Funny Bone in Cincinnati a couple weeks ago. I didn't even know it, but he had, I guess, his Q&A at the end of the show. I was already setting up merch. He has his father-in-law is suffering from cancer. You know, recently came out of remission, and so one of the fans asked how do you get the courage to get on stage? You know, knowing a family member is dealing with this. And he goes, Dougie, my opener just lost his wife, you know, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was at the time. So after the show, I'm at the merch table. People are coming up and hugging me and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I didn't even know what was going on. People are coming up and hugging me and like, you know, and I'm like started crying at the merch table. Like, anybody want a t-shirt?
Oh,
You know,
Dougie.
yeah, it was fucking brutal. But I mean, I'm trying to transition that. So that might happen. I might have these widow makers or widow takers.
Widow makers. Yeah, widow takers. I like that.
Widow takers.
But you know,
I think
my
women are.
husband
Yeah.
my husband worked with a couple that they both lost their husband, you know, their husband and wife. And what's so weird is that they went to like a counseling, you know, and that's where they met and they got married and their spouses are the same name as their other spouses that passed away.
Oh God.
So I was
Wow.
like, that's got to be really cool because you don't have to screw up and call them the wrong name now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because that might be hard. You know, I mean that you know, making love to another woman for the first time in years, and then, you know, keep calling her. Although I never called her a name, you know. But
You
but
really
you're right.
have 20,000 shares of Amazon?
You can't get over that. It's just,
I didn't know you were a billionaire. No, a millionaire.
no, it's only
crazy.
$120 a share. That's about $2 million.
Still, you have so much more than I have. That's amazing.
Well, it's not a contest, Pauley. It's not a contest.
So now that you said that, Dougie, now you're not going to have to worry about women seeking after you. They're going to see this podcast and they're going to be all over you like nasty whores.
Well, that's the thing. Like if I met when on this dating thing I was looking at and going through, it's like I would want a woman who's pretty. Like if I was going to get serious with somebody, it would have to be somebody that's pretty. You know what I mean? Has a home and, you know, has some, you know, isn't living at their mother's house at the age of 50. You know, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'd want it because they have that's the only thing I could be with, because like they'd have to understand my drive. Like I was saying, my wife understood that. Like she wasn't worried about me sleeping with other women. I told her, I said, comedy's my bitch. This is the thing I'm chasing. This is what I'm, you know, what I'm going after. You know, I'm not wasting any time, any distractions. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. So I would want somebody who's, you know, like has a professional background or some shit. You know, probably has a 401k or trust of some sort that I can tap into. Be nice.
Well, you need to find somebody that's going to be understanding that you're going to be on the road a lot, you know, because I think that's the secret to most successful comedians is, in order, either you're single or you better have a spouse that is 100% supportive of you being on the road all the time, being gone all the time, because you're a performer. And a lot of people don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I get, but you know what? Fuck them people. I don't, you know, this is the thing. Like that's one of the things I feel good about. Like I know who the fuck I am, right? To know thyself is to know God, right? And even Shakespeare said, know thyself. And I fell into that when I was 30 years old. That was my mantra, right? Know thyself. And I knew what I could do and I couldn't do. And you know what I mean? So I'm pretty good about that. So if I meet somebody, I'll know right away, like, this person's not going to fucking be happy. Like, but I'm not. It's not like I'm not going to be flexible with people, but I don't know how tolerant I'm going to be with certain things. You know what I mean? Like, because you know what I mean? There was shit my wife did that I had no tolerance for, but I loved her. Like, you know what I mean? I loved her. So I put up with it. Like, but I don't know if there's shit that I could put, like, if I didn't love her, I would have fucking never. So it's just weird. Hey, in lieu of Madonna's continued meltdowns, how hard do you think it is to be famous? How hard? Like, Shelly, you're up there, you get this huge following on social media. Like, how hard do you think it would be? How hard do you think it would be if you made it big? You're like this household name, and then all of a sudden it's gone, like a Madonna. Because let's face it, poor Madonna. She was all about her looks, the sexy thing. Now she looks like a fucking train wreck. And You know, I mean, how hard is it? Is it better? Is it better to never have reached fame than it is to have reached fame and then lose it? What do you think would be better?
Yes, that's a really smart question. Never to have reached fame. I'd rather, yeah.
I mean, I think that you just need to understand that, and there's there's people that are out here right now that are reaching the top in the comedy world, and they're just killing it in the comedy world. You're only pretty for so long. You're only cute for so long. And when that goes away and that's not carrying you anymore, you better be prepared for what's the next step in your life. And is that going to continue to be comedy? Is that going to continue? I think that Madonna she was living in the moment, not living in the future, understanding that one day she's not going to be beautiful. She's not going to be like she was. The generations are going to change. And I know that. I know that one day I'm not going to be relevant. And I'm okay with that because I have the people that are surrounding me that loved me before, and they're going to be loving me after.
There you go.
The people you love, yeah. What
do you think? What do you think, Pauley?
I'd rather never be famous. I'd rather never be famous to know it and then just become a has-been. Oh, man.
Yeah,
I wouldn't handle it, right? I would do everything that she did. I would inject myself with everything she's injecting herself, and I'd be going just as fucking insane. So I understand her,
But see, she didn't go down gracefully. She didn't go down gracefully.
Yeah, and I don't think I would either.
She went down like in flames, and everybody saw it's kind of like Michael Jackson. Everybody saw the transformation, and everybody saw the wheel in it, and everybody's like, she has become a train wreck, and I don't want any part of it.
Yeah, I agree. I was never a big fan. I mean, some of the music and stuff, but I was never a big. When everybody was like, "She's so hot," I'm like, "She's not that fucking hot." Remember her Playboy thing that came out when she was young, and she had those hairy armpits and shit. I was like, "That is that woman. That woman is like a solid 6.5." If that. Now, here's another kind of question: Are you a fireworks person? And are you the person that lights them off, or you give them to light off? We have a story about how people died this year with the fireworks. So, Shelly, you would think as a redneck Southern woman, you would be like lighting having that wick to light the firecrackers and all that shit. You were that fireworks girl.
No, look, I think the dumbest asinine thing I've ever seen is for parents to light a sparkler that gets up to 2,000 degrees and hands it to their kids and say, "Sling it around, have a good time, woohoo!" And then they wonder why their kid winds up in the fucking trauma unit. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Yeah.
I mean, really?
Yeah.
And they're like, go over there and take this sparkler and stick it to this other firework and then run as fast as you can. Oh, he tripped. Get the fuck up. And you wonder why your child's on the trauma unit. No, I'm not that kind. I love to watch them, but I'm not part of it.
You know what you hear that precedes every major fuck up in a firework? Somebody asks, "Is it lit? Is it lit?"
Yeah, is it lit?
Let me see.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me look. Kaboom!
I don't see a glow from the thing. Is it? And those are most people in South Carolina.
Yeah,
really.
Joey, see it? Go look if it's lit.
They're starting to do them with drones now, and like they're so much better for dogs and stuff. You've seen them, the little flying things instead of and I think they're reusable and it's less. I just see burning money when I see. I guess I'm a freelancer and I'm just like, starving artist or whatever. Obviously not starving, but I'm just I see fireworks and I'm like, fuck, 10,000, 30,000, 40,000, whatever. Like the Miami Beach ones. Oh my god, that's like $500,000. I'm like, what?
In my town, we have Red, White, and Boom on the 4th of July, and the whole town can go and watch, what they take our taxes instead of putting it on our roads and use it for.
Yeah.
Right.
There goes a pothole. There goes a new 85. There goes a patch,
Yeah.
Do that video. That's funny. Does that video exist yet? Because that's a funny video.
You're absolutely right. When I was younger, I used to do that. I used to order pallets of fucking those shells and all kinds of shit. Roman candles. When we were kids, we used to have Roman candle fights. We'd actually have like
Oh my
trash
God.
can lit. We'd have a trash can. Everybody get a trash can lit, and you get a Roman candle. You'd light them, and you would have to stay within a 20 feet or whatever radius area in somebody's yard, and you'd fight with, flying crazy shit. But I would. You're right, spending the money, because that was the thing that eventually, after a few years, I'm like, yeah, this is great. Doug's gonna bring all this, and I was the hero. I'm bringing all this fireworks to the party, and then I'd be like, how much you spend? Like $700. You're like, fuck, $700 just went up in flames.
I know you can have so much like barbecue for that amount of money.
I know. Think about all the hookers I could have got. Now, the last question we have, and let me ask you is, if a flying saucer landed in your front yard or at your home, invited you in to the spaceship, would you go, Shelly?
No. Definitely not. And a lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm really weird with people I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're going to do with me. Right?
Yeah.
I got to know what you're going to do with me. And I don't know if you're going to touch me, fondle me. I don't know if you're going to suck my guts out through my ears. I would be scared. I wouldn't go. It would scare the shit out of me. First off, if it happened, I'd probably pass out. They'd have to suck me up. Did you see that show where the aliens were sucking people up?
Yeah.
And they would have to suck me up into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't go, even if they taught you how to make you wet again, Shelly?
Yeah. That's what they exactly.
They wouldn't definitely do it. They definitely wouldn't do it.
The aliens would say, come on board. We have this lubricant that lasts forever.
I would probably do it then. If they could put the mood back in me, if they could give me my hormones and my ovaries back, I would probably do it.
When does menopause start? Like usually, I think like 50 or right?
I've been in my menopause. I've been in my menopause since I was 32. I had surgically induced menopause. It wasn't my choice.
Okay.
I don't have anything left but the box that came in. And
I love this lady.
It's just a box with a hole in it. And, so, I mean, you can go get an Amazon box, cut a hole in it, pound the shit out of it. You're going to get the same reaction. But I mean, look, y'all don't get me wrong. I want to say this. Don't get me wrong. My husband it makes me very happy in that area. Mm-hmm. So don't get me wrong on that. It's just my mind's got to get to that place,
Yeah.
Right. Your body
takes a lot
with your mind.
Like more. Like when I was younger, I was a whore. It didn't take much at all. But now I'm an older whore that
Yeah, there's prep involved.
I
There's
was
a lot of prep.
It's wrong. I was like, I got my period last week or whatever, and I was like, dude, why is it menopause? That should be the menoperiod, and then your period should just be the pause. I don't know. Maybe I smoked too much pot, but I do think I'm onto something with that. Because your period, you're just pausing. You're just pausing. And then your menopause is when it's the period of your... Never mind. I'm going to just... Can you delete that part? Thank you.
Yeah. Listen, there's some guy that was thinking about having you have sex with him after your husband dies. He's like, that's a fucking deal breaker, that comment.
That comment.
That alone just made my dick fucking get shrivel up.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay. I have so many more of those where that came from.
Well, let's do this. Let's move to our segment. Did you hear? These are stories and headlines that we're going to make fun of in some way or the fashion. But our first story is fireworks explosion kills 1, injures 9 others in Michigan. It seems like a woman who was standing by was killed. And, I mean, you see these stories years ago, a guy who played for the New York Giants, a Haitian guy, St. Pierre, whatever, lost like most of his hand blowing up a firework and shit. I don't know. I like the drone idea. I don't mind. Like last night or the other night when the fireworks on the 4th of July were going off, I just sat on my porch. I saw some. I was happy not to be lighting them, So
burning money.
You guys ever know anybody who got hurt from a firework, lose a thumb or a finger?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
I did.
You have?
What? My brothers, I had 2 brothers, and my brothers were mean as shit to me. And my brother told me to hold this firecracker, and he would light it. And so he said, just hold on to it till I tell you to let go. And he never did, and it popped in my finger. And it blew my fingernail off, which, it blew my fingernail. And he was so mean to me. He was so mean.
Shit. Jesus. What an
He
asshole.
was mean. He told me to get a nail one time and put it into the oven. It would turn the light on. And I got electrocuted.
Girlfriend,
God.
why did you listen? Shelly. I had more.
I just
Belly.
wanted him to like me. I wanted him to like me a lot because I didn't want him to be mean to me.
Your brother sounds like
love
me.
girl.
I was a bad uncle. I never had any kids, but I told my nephew one time when he was 8 years old to go to Sam Ash Music and ask how much a rusty trombone costs. He walked back out of the place. He's like, "That you asshole."
Really good, Dougie, Almeida.
Yeah.
Why did you not
next-
have kids? Because you didn't want to? Sorry, you didn't want to have kids?
We talked about menopause earlier. My wife suffered from endometriosis, so we tried in vitro a couple of times, and she had that happen too early too because of endometriosis. She had her menopause early, so we tried a couple times, and then no, like I don't want. I'm 56. You know what I mean? So I have a kid now. By the time he's 8 years old, for God's sakes, I'm in my 60s. I imagine I'm going to be like most people think it's kind of nice because I meet women now like, oh, I thought you were 40s. I didn't realize you're 56.
Dude, you look 40.
Yeah. You don't look your age at all.
At all.
Yeah. And you know why? Because I never had any fucking kids. Kids age you like a goddamn president. Okay. So, it makes your pussy dry up, obviously, as Shelly's contesting too. So,
it makes you have makes your neck look like you have an uncircumcised penis for a neck.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Your neck is
What the
fine.
fuck is that?
Who wants a glucky?
Yeah, who wants that?
Our next story, U.S. Secret Service investigating a cocaine was reportedly found in the White House. Did anybody leave a bag of cocaine in the White House? Probably Hunter.
So funny. Yeah, I'm sure the joke is everywhere, but like the first thing I thought, hello. I'm not gonna say it. You guys say it yourself. Say it for yourself. Say the joke.
What, that
He
Hunter's
was
the one?
there. He
Yeah,
was there.
he's there.
Obvious, the dad joke, the obvious thing a dad would say to finding cocaine in the White House.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it because I've already embarrassed myself, but come on. Where is it, guys?
What?
You guys don't do bad jokes, only good jokes?
No, you could do a bad joke, but this is a podcast. This isn't a radio show.
No.
Do it.
Oh, come on, the White House.
Oh, the
The
White
White
House.
House.
Okay.
It's the cocaine house.
It's just like so obvious. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
like where is this everywhere? All the memes and no memes came out. I was like, yeah, no wonder they call it the White House. I don't know, but I didn't see anything come
The
out.
White House.
And my inner father was, my inner dad was like, where's
The White House press secretary has to snort that shit to keep up the lies, is what it is.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
See, there's
That's
better jokes, I know, but I went with the pun.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I think, but that's a good effort. You know what I mean? Like,
Smoke.
the white line, the White White House.
There you go. Thank you, Dougie. Thank you. My God, I was alone.
Absolutely. It's like, hey, go to the White House, get a tour, get a free coffee mug and straw. Next time you go to the White House.
There you go.
But don't
Get them all
worry,
out.
though. It is recyclable. It's recycled material.
Yes, that's right. It's green cocaine, so you can snort it. You can snort it and spit it back out later, and give to a homeless person. Our next story: actor forbids bigots from watching his work after the Supreme Court ruling. The guy who we know as on The Sopranos, who was Chrissy, the heroin addict who couldn't quit things until finally Tony Soprano choked him to death in a car accident because he was high and almost killed Tony Soprano. So Tony put his hands over his mouth and fucking killed him. Probably a good thing. No, yeah, but he was pissed. But he said it. He said, like, when you first read it, like, how the hell is an actor going to keep somebody from from watching their programming? But he was just trying to make a silly joke. It's almost like on the story about Roseanne Barr. If you watched Roseanne Barr's interview on Theo Vaughn's podcast, she's getting all this shit about saying the Holocaust. No Jews died during the Holocaust. She was. They quote all these news organizations are claiming that she said that. And that, like, if you watch it, she said it, but she was clearly being sarcastic.
Out of
about bad
context, right?
like all about misinformation. It's like about how the government, like, and now we just found out, by the way, yesterday morning, that the federal, like the court system has now suspended the Biden
Hello?
all the hindrances they caused during COVID, and all the things they kept shut. So it's interesting that happened. But
Look,
yeah, but
anytime you have an honest opinion, or anytime, you know,
True.
and I'm gonna say this real quick. I know you're on limited time, but you know what? It's getting to where now, as a stand-up comedian, you have to be so safe. It's almost like comedy. It's so hard to be a comedian now because you can't be sarcastic about something with, especially like Roseanne Barr. They want so bad to cancel her, and they want so bad to put her under because she's trying to come back now. They will put words into her mouth to make her look like trash. And for those people, damn them, because Roseanne Barr was a huge inspiration to a lot of us women that could not make it in the industry, and she did.
Yeah.
And those people can kiss my ass.
Hell yeah, Shelly, you tell them. She was awesome for
it?
me. I was like, oh, you can have a booty and be on TV, and like you could be a little chubby, and it was awesome for me to see that too. Like, yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, she's definitely like, and again, if anybody watched that interview, they can tell she was clearly being, sarcastic in what she was doing.
She
was not. Yeah, she was making fun of the fact that people would probably do what they did, which was amazing. And it's like, but she even said on that interview how she was one of the first TV shows that had a gay character. Like, and she was like, like bringing that out, and now all of a sudden everybody's, especially that one woman is still on her show that I can't stand. She's on The Talk or some shit. The daughter on the show, that's her daughter who's she's a lesbian. I mean, this woman. I mean, why is it me or is it me? I don't want to say anything. I want to say anything, right? But why are most lesbians mad? I mean, for God's sake, just get some dick or something, will you? I mean, come on. Why are so many lesbians mad at shit all the fucking time? Just get a little dick, a real dick, not a dildo. A dildo, ladies, you will agree with me. A dildo is not the same as a real dick. Am I? Can we be honest here?
For me, it isn't. For me, I mean, yeah, but I'm pretty hetero. I love the flesh. I love the flesh.
Right?
I love the
I mean, I have a cousin that's gay, and she's not mad. She's just she's like, it is what it is. But I didn't flip. Like I've been gay all my life. So that's all I know. I can't, oh, well.
Yeah. Well, listen, every person has their own course in life. Who am I to tell you what course to take, especially where I'm at now? I'm in a fucking crossroads in my life. And I'm like, oh, fuck. It's a hard decision.
Crossroads. Maybe I like that word. That's a good way to say it. You're in a crossroads. That's fun.
Maybe I'll start dating men. Who knows? No, that ain't gonna happen.
No, you won't. You can't be gay.
No, I never. I told people the story. Some people close to me that I was in a moment where that decision came to the fork in the road, and I said, "This ain't gonna happen." I was high on ecstasy, and I was in that moment with a transgender, sexy, what I thought was a woman, and I realized what I realized, and even high on rolling, I was like, no, this is not right.
The booty hole couldn't take it.
You're gonna make a woman really happy. I know it. And are you good at cuddling? You seem like a cuddler.
I would. You don't know how bad I would love for somebody to come over to this house tonight and stay with me just to cuddle. If there was a cuddling service I can hire, I would hire a woman just to come into bed.
Travis, can I go cuddle with Dougie?
Yeah, I'll give her $1,000 a week. I'll give her a couple shares of Amazon.
I would do it for free.
Tell him.
No.
I want to find out if he agrees with that. All right. This is a great story. The mother of a 19-year-old kid who died on that sub that went down to the Titanic. The mother was supposed to be on that trip, and the kid really wanted to go. She felt bad because he was so interested. He wanted to impress his dad. And she said, okay, you can go, son. Wow.
Shit.
Could you imagine? I mean, how many times you've about to get on a plane and go, I don't feel right about this for some reason. Maybe I should get off. And you think, oh, could you imagine if the plane crashes and on the fucking, you know what I mean? It's one of those things. Like does the mother feel guilty? I mean, she's.
But I know one thing. She's single. What's up with that, Dougie? Reach out.
Yeah.
No kids.
But her husband was a billionaire. So you know what? I mean,
There you go,
sure
Dougie. Man, I'm fucking.
I'm sure my
Look, I
20,000
believe.
shares of Amazon won't be too impressive.
They
Like,
Look,
how
impressed
I'm
many
the
in
you
shit
South
got?
out of me.
Carolina. I'm really impressed. Okay.
They impressed the shit
But
out of me.
look,
You saw me.
I believe that when it's our time to go, it is our time to go. Whether, I mean, I lost a brother that was going to Lowe's to buy some materials, and a guy shot him in the chest and murdered him. Boom.
What?
My dad died suddenly, unexpected, of a aneurysm to his lungs, died just like that. And,
Gosh.
I'm not afraid of death. Because I know that my time's going to come, and when it does, I want to be able to leave an impact on this world and leave something that I can say that I've achieved in this world and pass that on to my kids. And if I can leave this world knowing that I've done that and I was good to people, I'm okay with that. But you should never feel guilty. I mean, as I can say that, but as a mother, I don't know how I would really feel. I say one thing, but could probably, but I could not imagine like not feeling some sort of way.
Yeah. You can imagine. It's horrible. And obviously, I lost my wife. She lost her husband and her son. That's got to be crazy.
Yeah, no, that's.
But what a feeling. Speaking of death, fan throws bag of ashes at Pink during a tour concert. Surprised anybody.
I saw that video.
Yeah, the video. She's like, I don't know how to feel about this. And the worst thing about that video is you're listening to her and you can tell how bad of a singer she really is. I don't know if you guys are Pink fans.
Never been a fan.
Everybody talks about how attractive she is. That's like people saying how attractive, what's her name is, that fat black girl who wears, like, what's her name?
Which one?
Lizzo? They kept talking. Lizzo keeps talking about.
Cute.
Oh my God.
I think Lizzo's cute. But I'm also I have to be body positive because I'm chunky. So leave me alone.
Well, I'll say this about Pauley. She's very sexy. She's a voluptuous woman. Very sexy, but that's your personality. But sorry, Lizzo is not sexy.
Oh my God.
Lizzo,
thanks, babe. But she's okay. So Lizzo's not your type.
No, she's not my. Listen. Big women sometimes have more stuff in the right places. Lizzo has not enough stuff in the right places, and she has too much shit where it shouldn't be. Okay, it's like if somebody designed a car, you know what I mean, and put the bumper on the fucking passenger door. Okay, she's not fucking sexy. She's talented, not sexy. Okay, we got to get to the stories.
Dougie, I'll let you have that. All
right. Okay. So fuck Pink. Man stabbed with a samurai sword after attacking Seattle homeowner with a pitchfork. I say the Seattle, San Francisco, Portland, and maybe even New York at some point, maybe America's first modern day ghost towns. Do you have defense in your home? You don't have to say where and when, but Shelly, do you have a defense mechanism? Do you have a defense plan in your home, your husband, your family, in case somebody ever broke in? Yeah.
Everywhere I go, I do.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
In your house?
I do not. I mean, my house is full. If somebody if somebody comes to my house and they're here uninvited, I could promise you one thing: it ain't gonna be a pretty day.
Yeah.
Damn.
Good for you. Yeah. So you're not protected.
I have to be that way. I have to be that way because I will tell you why. I have been to shows where I've had people follow me back to my hotel and was very uncomfortable. So as soon as I get off that stage, it's right back on my hip.
Ooh, girl, she carries. Okay. I'm terrified, so I don't. I have like some security cameras, but that's bad. They're not going to save my life. I'm friends with people with guns, which is, now I have Shelly. But I'm terrified. And
I have knives. I have knives placed in the house. I have a couple different guns placed in certain parts of the house. Should ever wake up, there's obviously the one next to my bed. Always, there's one in the living room. There's one in the kitchen in a certain area.
Loaded?
One by the front door. Yes.
Whoa,
You know,
guys.
my safe is booby trapped. So if anybody ever got to the safe and tried to open it, may find themselves fried like a French fry.
What's in your
So yeah,
I would tell anybody this, any woman, any man that wants to be self-protected. There's no sense in putting a gun beside your bed. There's no sense of putting a pew-pew, because the object of the game, if somebody breaks in your house, is for you not to hear them. And if they break in your house while you're at home, they're not there to take anything. They're there to hurt you. Okay. So you need something that is you're able to grab, and you're not going to be able to go and do all the stuff you have to do. And you're not going to see them unless you have a sight on your gun. Have a knife taped under your nightstand, something, because
or a bow and arrow.
That might be a little difficult. You need close quarters. You gotta have,
I'm gonna get you.
You gotta have things in close quarters. That's why a knife is great. A knife is great because it can't be seen. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because if somebody walks in your house, you're like, get out there. Then they come walking up to you. And next thing you know, you fucking shank them. You know what I mean? Or like a shotgun. The best protector of a house is a shotgun because if somebody's trying to get in your door and all of a sudden they hear, they will run like hell. Or if somebody's walking through your house and you're in your bedroom and you grab that shotgun, all you got to do is, and that person's going to hear that and they'll run their ass off.
I'm not prepared, you guys. I'm scared now.
Our last couple stories here. Let's move right to this. There's actually a funny story. Microscopic Louis Vuitton knockoff bag, narrow enough to see with the size of the eye of a needle. This thing, $63,000.
That's really cool. Stop.
Yeah.
Really? What?
Yeah, Louis Vuitton bag, microscopic. Can you imagine it? You can't fit your keys in it. You can't put makeup in it.
My entire yearly budget.
It can firm a couple sperm cells. Yeah, you can put maybe a couple sperm cells in there for future use. And our last story: Arizona woman sends man 159,000 texts, breaks into his home after a single date. This is definitely a woman I should stay away from. Obsessive compulsive.
She texted the guy that many times.
Yeah, over a period of a couple of years, they went on a date. He said, "No good, never a date again." 159,000 texts accusing him, like, I want to taste your blood. I mean, she was psycho, and definitely, hopefully, I can take that picture and compare it to anybody on the dating site that I'm on now. So,
yeah.
There you go. That's what I said. You read stories like this. I don't want to meet people. Like, fuck, I'd rather be alone and masturbate the rest of my life, like every other man in China. So, all right. So let's do this.
That's a good point. Maybe you should travel and find like a foreign girl. Yeah.
Well, my mother always used to say to me, like, I dated black women, Asian women. My mother used to always say to me, why don't you ever find a nice Spanish woman? Why don't you just marry a nice Spanish woman? And then she would turn around and yell at my dad. So I didn't want to marry.
Because you're Almeida, right? Almeida's Spanish.
Yeah, right? My mother was Spanish. Yeah, my mom would be like, oh, blah, blah. And then she'd, Denicio, tenemos que hablar todo, no se desee. I'm like, fucking, I'm never going to marry a Spanish woman. All right, it's time to play Let's Associate. This is where we have a little game. I say 5 words. I'll go back and forth between each of you, and you guys will say the first thought or first memory or first funny story, whatever comes first to your mind. And we'll go first. We'll start with Shelly. The word is premature.
Ejaculation.
Yeah. Bad thing. Is that a deal breaker? Is that a deal breaker for you ladies?
There's nothing worse than you put a lot of work into it. You're doing a lot, and you're really like, and then all of a sudden, done. And it's like,
it's a compliment. To me, it's like, I'm so hot.
Well, that's true. Or either they're just that horny. So for me, it's a deal breaker. But I don't want you trying to perform I don't want you to perform either. It's kind of a double-edged. There's too long and not long enough, right? Yeah. And I think a lot of men try to like perform, and I'm like, just once I get one, it's okay to go ahead and move on.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Don't be trying to do multiple shit.
I kind of like the way Pauley's talking about it, because I've never been a marathon man. Like my wife was always complimented early a lot of times. Most guys don't admit they suffer from PE. I think more guys would admit it if they got a handicap parking sticker with it. But aside from that,
I like that.
if it qualified you for a handicap parking sticker, you'd be like, yeah, I come quick. Give me that. And I said this to my friend I said this to my friend who's in a wheelchair. He's like, that's fucked up. I go, why, dude? Why is that fucked up? He's like, I'd hate to be waiting for a parking spot while some guy who's in the store parked there, parking in my spot. I'm like, don't worry, he's not gonna be in there very long. Anyway, so premature, Pauley. Premature. What comes to mind?
Premature birth, low birth weight. I don't know. That's just the smoking thing, man. I actually got to quit smoke, but I don't want any babies, so I don't care. No, but when you do it does say on the side of the pack of cigarettes that it does cause premature birth or low birth weight, which might not be bad though. Like if I had a baby, it would be underweight, and then she would have opportunities that I didn't have.
Yeah, start off real low. Start them off light.
Supermodel.
All right. Our next word goes to you first, Pauley. Bad kisser.
That's fine. I'm a really nice person. I don't know.
I don't
know. Bad kisser. Well, I mean, the only way you can be a bad kisser is the overdoing, right? Like the too much, or the hard tongue. The hard,
the real hard,
tongue, like the one that
the battering ram tongue. As the first girl that ever French kissed me, she stuck her tongue in me like she was trying to fucking like dig for oil. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's not good.
Probing? Yeah. Shelly, bad kisser.
Bad kisser. See, I hate a lot of spit. I can't stand a lot of spit. There's too much spit. A lot of spit that should be happening is down there on the monkey, right?
I was going to say.
That needs a lot of spit. I don't want your spit all in my mouth. And I don't want you, don't press me into you. Don't just where I can't breathe. I don't like, I mean, I love passion, but there's a difference between trying to hurt me and passion. You know, I'm like, I love the throes of passion kisses, right? I don't like the first date kisses where it's like, I don't like that shit.
It's like a slow buildup. Like I haven't. That's one thing. Yeah, being with somebody for a long time, you don't really kiss much. So it's been a long time since I've had sex or kiss. So that's probably what I'm gonna do tonight with somebody. I'll find somebody at Walmart.
That'd be nice. But kissing. It's nice to have that to think that I'm like married and I probably won't ever have another first kiss, and that's kind of nice to think like I want to have another first kiss. So
that's right. Something to look forward to. In my luck, girl have fucking bad breath, and oh my god.
Nah, bro, you got lucky as fuck with your first wife. So what the fuck? No.
Yeah,
she's gorgeous.
I'm looking forward to that first kiss again. All right, our next word, and it starts, I guess, with Shelly. Finish this sentence. I've never
went down on a girl.
Okay.
She's scissored, but she hasn't gunned down.
Yeah, we found that out.
Yeah, I haven't done that. I never had a desire to do it. It's not pretty. I don't have any desire.
Have you been asked? Were you like?
God, yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah. I know that. Huh?
Sorry, I just can't imagine.
What she say? I didn't hear.
Girl to do that. You go down on me, Shelly. I don't know why. I just can't think of a reason to ask another woman that. Oh, girl.
We may have a first.
I'll go down on you. I'll go down on you, and we'll prove. You got to prove to Dougie that lesbians aren't angry. We just
So you guys got to go down on each other, and then you guys have to have a nice, laughable conversation after to prove me wrong.
Exactly. At least we could talk about things that we can relate to.
Yeah, Pauley, I've never Finish that sentence.
Never paid income taxes. Just kidding. Am I? I don't know. Just kidding. I am kidding. No, I've never. I can't say the same thing as Shelly.
Yes, you can.
I've never been with a black guy. I've never driven a limousine. I can't say
any of that stuff, guys. I'm a bad girl.
I've never had sex in a limo.
I've never had 20,000 shares of Amazon.
Oh, see, there you go. Well, leave your husband. You'll have real quick. You'll have
Okay,
10,000.
deal,
You have 1,000 shares immediately. All
I'm
right,
so bad at
and
this game.
let's see. We're gonna just go to this one. Our last word. We'll start with you, Pauley. Satisfying.
Satisfying. Smoking.
Yeah, there you go. You ready?
Okay.
You guys are ready.
Yeah. And it's
Shelly.
like, yeah, you're done having sex, you light one up in bed, and you're satisfied. It's just the best moment.
That's
For
perfect.
me,
Shelly. Yes.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Get it,
Yeah.
girl.
I
With
hear
mashed
that.
potatoes. Oh God, South Carolina Thanksgiving. Oh, that must be amazing.
That's got to be the best thing. And what no better way to end a show than on a food and eating pussy. We talked about girls eating pussy. Our last two jokes were eating Thanksgiving dinner and eating pussy. No better way to end a podcast, wouldn't you say, ladies?
I love it. I love it. Are you feeling cheered up?
I am cheered up. I feel better. And once I
Yeah.
shut the cameras off and I go shut my computer, I'm going to go back downstairs and cry my eyes out for a couple hours because that's what I do.
No.
But I want to
No.
thank Shelly Belly and Pauley McPaulerson here to join us today. Let's start this. Shelly, where can we catch you? What's the best place our listeners and viewers can find you?
So, you can go and see all of my tour dates at shellybellycomedy.com. You can buy tickets, see where I'm going to be at. And there, okay. I thought y'all disappeared. And then you can see all of my social media under Shelly Belly Comedy as well.
There you go.
Oh, Shelly Belly Comedy. I'm following.
Pauley.
Pauley Me at PAULEYME. That's my Instagram, and that's where I post all my latest achievements and triumphs in my life. And I will be releasing a new podcast soon, which should be fun, guys. And yeah, you know that I'm the true crime lady. So check me out narrating cold case files and all that cool stuff I do.
That's awesome stuff. Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Well, if for myself, you guys, if you're in Greenville, I got to find out, but I may be featuring for Brian Kalin this weekend. But I will be at the World Series of Comedy at Laughs Boston on, I think what's today's date, the 7th, something like the 21st or something like that, or no, the 28th I don't know what it is. I'll be in Boston at the World Series of Comedy. And August 4th and 5th, I'm going to be featuring at the Funny Bone in Virginia Beach, opening for Steve Trevino. Go to DougieAlmeida.com. All my dates, upcoming shows coming up. I'm going to be in Florida in August, October, November, and December, heading back home to be with friends and hopefully to find some first kiss. Maybe my first kiss will be in Florida. Maybe it'll be in St. Louis or somewhere. Who the hell knows? Who cares? But I'm going to go downstairs and try to act like I'm cooking and probably end up going to buy my own meal somewhere else. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow us on our YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel and join us on our fan page on Facebook. But more importantly, go to our YouTube channel and our Instagram at Wake Up Dougie Show. Follow us, subscribe. We appreciate it. God bless. May everybody take care of yourselves. Love everybody you're around. And we'll see you here the next time right here at the same spot. Later.